Jeff here from WCCF Tech Reviews. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Battlefront, a most anticipated game, the return of Star Wars to the FPS genre, the return of Star Wars to gaming in general for the most part, aside from, Star Wars The Old Republic, and quite the entry that a lot of people are either loving or hating. Now, this game is actually pretty fantastic when you get down to the core of the game. The problem is that it's not quite so varied. There's only a few maps per each of these modes, and within those maps, you rotate rather quickly, and it can get kind of boring after a while. If you are a major Star Wars fan, you're probably going to absolutely love this. If you're not, then you may not exactly like it as much as if you were, a fanatic about Star Wars, like I happen to be. I love it. So therefore, I of course, love this game personally. However, that doesn't mean that anybody else is going to like it for the same reasons that I do. There's not as much variety. There's not as much variety with weapons. There's not as much variety, obviously, with maps, like I just said. There's not enough, or as much variety with player customization and the things of that nature. And as a result of the lack of variety with all those things, it can seem a little bit stale at times. The combat, however, is fast-paced. It is fun. But again, that lack of variety really does kill it. Of course, there's going to be DLC later on that's going to help to revive and add a lot of things to it. Obviously, the Battle of Jakku, which is a free DLC for those that bought Premium, and of course will be paid DLC for anybody else. We'll add something. There'll be more maps. There'll be a lot more coming, but for a price. So it doesn't feel complete for the price that you're paying. But underneath it all is a fun FPS with good mechanics that are based on something, tried and true, something time-tested. So if you're looking for an FPS with Star Wars, if you love Star Wars, you're probably going to want to play it. It's going to be fantastic for you. But if you're not a huge Star Wars fan, you may have some reservations, and it's likely not going to be something you want. If you have Xbox One and EA Access, go ahead and give it a try for free. 10 hours. You can play 10 hours on EA Access. Give it a try if you happen to have an Xbox and EA Access, and see if you like it. Really, give it a try. And don't forget that EA does have their own return policy if you purchase it through them, through Origin. And the return policy is actually pretty good. It used to be better than Steam's return policy, but Steam has now come into parity with that. So don't be afraid to use that if you have to, but buy it legitimate. Therefore, you can return it just in case you don't like it. So yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, a good game with some reservations. You may not like it. I don't know. Hard to recommend. It's really difficult to recommend. But give it a try, take a look at all this gameplay here, and see if you enjoy it. By the way, it is a very beautiful game. Alright guys, I'm Jeff for WCCF Tech Reviews.